the Monetary Policy Committee, the minutes of that has been released, and it seems as if all the 6 members of the committee were unanimous in their view that there should be no rate cut when they met on the 6th and 7th of December. Azin Nair, if I can come to you now. Everyone was of the same view. That's the Monetary Policy Committee unanimous view that this is not the time for a rate cut when they met on the 6th and 7th of December. It's critical to stay focused on the Jan to end 5% CPI aim. If I could get your reaction before we start talking about their projections for growth, etc.
So, you know, when we read the MPC statement a few weeks back, broadly the big things that really stood out for me were that they reduced the GVA growth forecast, partly because of Q2 not being as good as what they had expected. They also said that the upside risks to inflation were lower than what was expected earlier, even though some areas of concern were highlighted. The stance of monetary policy also remained accommodative, yet they chose not to actually cut the repo rate in December because they cited the impact of the note ban as being transient amongst other issues. So what that had led us to assess in terms of the focus of the MPC was that it had really shifted back to inflation concerns from growth concerns, which seem to be more important, weighing more upon the minds of the MPC members in the October policy. Now, I've very quickly been able to skim through the MPC minutes, and I think the 3 major themes that are repeating themselves in the 6 members' statements are that one, of course, the transitory nature of the impact of the note ban that I think all of them almost seem to be echoing. Another big theme is the stickiness of inflation, and the third is that with the rise in bank deposits, the transmission of the past rate cuts was expected to be much more quicker than earlier. So I think these 3 seem to be the big themes through the statements of the MPC members. And like I was saying earlier, it seems that the focus has shifted back to inflation. Some of the members' statements do open up with comments on the stickiness of core inflation and then move on to the other factors. So broadly, I think, you know, from my very quick reading, this is what I've been able to glean from what the MPC members have said.